Hello everybody, welcome to another one of our online fitness videos. Today we're going to be looking at how to improvise with household items you might have around. So today we're going to work at exercises you can do with the chair. Okay, so first thing to consider, make sure it's a strong chair. Okay, so this one's made of plastic, it's quite solid, and make sure that the surface that it's on is solid as well, not slidey or wobbly or uneven or anything like that. Is of utmost importance. So for the first one, this is a little workout for our arms, some tricep dips. You might have seen them before. Okay, so when we're here, not sitting down on the chair obviously, but I'm just using the heel of my hands there at the edge of the chair. I'm going to get my legs out straight, not too far, so I don't want a big gap here between my arms and my body. I want to be quite close just to make sure that all the tension is going onto my arms. And then as I drop down, elbows just stop at 90 degrees, and then push through the heel of your hands and try and just squeeze your elbows back in, making sure you're feeling the muscles there. Down, just hovering above the floor, and then back down. Obviously, if you're finding that a little bit of a challenge, to make it easier, I could have bent legs like this. Just takes a little bit of pressure off, takes a little bit of weight off, makes them a little bit easier to do. So obviously if you're struggling here and can only bend a little and not bend the full range, what you should do is pull your feet in. A bit more stability, makes it much easier. Start from there and then slowly work till your feet are out straight. Okay, again, this exercise for me will be done in repetitions, but again, you can work that into time intervals if you wish. The next one that we're going to look at is we're going to slide ourselves under the chair. This is again for your arms and somewhat for your back as well. So if we've got the chair here, again, making sure that the chair is quite strong. If you have a taller chair, this exercise might work even better. So I'm going to go underneath, all the way underneath the chair. So like I said, if a taller chair could work much better, arm's length away, but I've got this one here, so we're just going to work with it. We're going to improvise. So I'm just going to grab it here at the side. And then what I'm going to do is keep my heels on the floor, keep my legs locked out, and what I'm going to do is I'm just going to pull my chest up to the inside of the chair. And because this is a small chair, I'm just going to hold that for 1, 2, 3, and then slowly down. Don't land heavy on the floor. And then again, I'm going to come up very slow because my arms are already bent and it's a small range. So just up, holding it just to make it a little bit tougher on my back, and then down. Okay, so that's a way there that you can improvise. It's not ideal. The exercise would ideally be arms straight, pulling up, but we can make it work by doing a little pause or just slowing down the speed at which we do it. Okay? Following on from that, there's some other exercises that you can do to work your legs, just providing you with a little marker. It's always good. So for this one here, what we're going to do is we're using the back of the chair. I'm going to get my leg up nice and straight. This is very good for working additional to your karate front kick that Sensei Roy spoke about in our other videos, to develop the leg strength required. So keeping my bottom foot pointing to the chair. I don't want to turn that away from the chair. We're going to come to that after. Everything is going forward, using the muscles right here at the top. So I'm just going to lift that up, keeping it nice and controlled, or going over, slightly down, pick it back up, slightly over, down, up, over, down. Keeping the legs straight at all times. If you struggle with your balance, obviously, you could have the chair up near the wall. If I was just wanting to focus on my leg strength there and not have to think about my balance too much. Okay, but obviously, you can work it with the balance. You're getting 2 exercises there at the same time. So that can also be done from this side if you were thinking about exercises to help your mawashi-geri for karate, or just your general leg strength and general balance. So I'm coming up, across, back, and there just make sure you position yourself in the middle, and this leg here can't touch the chair. If I wanted, I could even use that edge to touch, bring it back, touch, and bring it back. And again, just working those muscles that can help you with your kicks or just your general leg strength. Okay? Others for the legs. Okay? Obviously we've got our squats that we can do, but if you want to make those a little bit harder, if you're finding those quite easy, without additional weights, that can be quite difficult. So one we can do here, it's a split squat. So I stand here, maybe about a foot from the chair, and I just put the back of my leg there, top of my foot on the chair. And then from there, I just want you to think about this bent leg, the knee driving straight down, straight back up in a nice line. Okay, so not going forward and back. So I'm just here. Now you can have your hands on your head. I like them here on my hips. And then just down, up. And just think about this knee going down, pushing through the heel on the standing leg. Don't let that heel come up. Keep that heel on the ground. Keep the chest up, chin up, and then up. Okay, and then obviously you can do that across both legs. It just puts more weight onto one leg, making that squat a little bit more difficult. And from there, one more that we could do. Again, for the legs, this works your glutes and the back of your legs a little bit more. It's just a nice step up. So making sure you have a solid chair, it's very important. Now here, I'm starting with my heel on the chair, pushing through the heel all the time. Keep my head and chest up, drive up, and then if you'd like, slowly down. And that one again, I'm going to push through the heel up, down. Especially at the beginning, it can be quite strenuous, so make sure you focus on that initial push and not leaning here. I can push up quite easily from here, but with my head up, makes that initial drive a lot more difficult, okay? And then obviously I can switch that around. I can do that on the other side as well. Okay, pushing up and down, okay? A couple quick ones, very quick, that obviously additions to our press up. These are kind of slightly assisted ones. So this one makes the press up a little bit easier. So if I face the chair and I have both arms on the chair, again, this is another good way to work in to a full press up. Okay, or alternatively, if I wanted to make my press up harder, I can put my feet on the chair to raise my feet, putting more pressure onto my chest, adding more weight without me getting heavier. So here, up with the feet, and again, increases my range on the press up, making that one a little bit more difficult as well. So there's some ideas on how you can improvise using some household items to add to your fitness exercises, making them more difficult, or using them as assistants to make them slightly easier. Okay, thank you.